Good morning, students. Today we are going to continue with our lesson number 7, that is national income. In previous lecture, we have already studied important part in meaning of national income, the basic of national income. We have about the different types of models. Two-sector economy, three-sector economy, four-sector economy, and which sector economy is studied in detail. Okay, then we got to know about different concepts of national income. There were four different concepts of national income. First one was domestic gross domestic product, net domestic product, gross national product, and net national product. Then we got to know about the concept of green GDP, why it is important, why we are trying to shift towards the concept of green GNP. Okay, then we studied about one method of measurement of national income, that is output method. Today we are going to continue with two different methods, that is income method and expenditure method. I had asked you all to write down the meaning of national income. Few of you all have replied me in the chat box. Yes, the answer is correct. Uh, Preeti, Anuradha, Aniket, Jigna, Pramila replied national income means the value of goods and services produced by a country during a financial year. Very good. So it, and this national income is measured in terms of what value? We measured national income in terms of money value, monetary value. Okay, good. So this is the exact meaning of national income. What are the important features? In important features, we got to know that it is a macroeconomic concept. Okay, and which values do we count? Value of intermediate goods we count, value of raw materials we count, or value of final goods and services we count while calculating national income. Out of these three, which value do we count to measure national income? Value of final goods and services, value of intermediate goods, or value of raw material? Which value do we count? Yes, good, Joel. We include value of final goods and services. Why do we include only the value of final goods and services? Why are we ignoring raw material, and why are we ignoring the value of intermediate goods? Yes, very good, Preeti. To Joel, to avoid double counting, so that we are not counting the amount twice while we are measuring national income. Very good. Now, third one, we got to know that we need to calculate net aggregate value. While we are calculating net aggregate value, what do we subtract? What do we subtract? What do we subtract? Yes, very good. We subtract the depreciation cost. Good, Joy. So, and even while we are calculating GNP and GDP, national income, we include the net income from abroad. That is there in the form of export minus import and receipt minus payment. Okay. So, what is a financial year? Which year do we consider while measuring national income? Yes, for good, Niranjan. 1st April to 31st March. Joy Jigna. 1st April to 31st March. Whatever production, consumption, expenditure took place between this period of every year, we calculate while we are measuring national income. Okay, it is a flow concept. Okay, why it is a flow concept? Because whatever goods and services are produced in the economy, it has been consumed by everyday production process is taking place, everyday expenditure is also taking place. Okay, now circular flow model. In two sector model of circular flow of national income, what two things we say, what two sector we focus on while we are uh, learning the concept? Which two sector are important in two sector model? Yes, first one is household, good Joel, and second one is firms. Good, Niranjan. Household and firm. Over here, household does the work of consumption, okay, whereas firm does the work of production. Household provides factor of production, and in return firm provides factor of payment to the household that we studied. Next, in three sector model, what are we going to consider? In three sector model, one what which is the one sector that has been added? Firm, household, and yes, good, government. Yes. And in four sector model, we add, yes, firm, we have household, business firm, government, and foreign sector. Good. Then we got to know about the concept of GDP. Now, GDP is gross domestic product. In this two model, we are going to consider about the Indian territory, okay, or whatever economic territory is there. We are in India, we are studying about the Indian economy. That is why over here domestic means Indian. So whatever goods and services are produced in an Indian economy in a year is being included. Okay, so gross market value of all final goods and services produced within the domestic territory of a country during one period of time, which includes consumption from household point of view, investment from business point of view, G from government spending and government consumption, plus export minus import, that is foreign sector. Okay, and in net domestic product we have to calculate net, so we minus the depreciation cost. Over here, we do not consider the resident of India who are living in the foreign country, earning in the foreign country, but we will consider over here abroad people, the resident of some foreign country who is living in India. Okay, whatever goods and services are produced within the domestic territory of India are included. We do not consider foreigners who live in foreign and Indians who live in foreign country, but we consider those people who are producing, living in India. They will be NRI, foreigner, or the Indian resident, doesn't matter. In national product, we consider resident of India. We consider resident of India. That means people living in India or people of Indian resident living in abroad. Both we are going to consider only these two people. We are not going to consider about the foreigners. Okay, if they are living in India, if they are living in foreign country, that is not included. How is it calculated? Consumption, investment, government, plus export minus import, and receipt minus payment. Okay, and in net we are going to GNP minus depreciation cost. Now first method we had cleared, that is the output method. What do we got to know? Output method, what is the first thing we are, output method is also called as two things. It is named by two things. Output method is also called as, yes, product method or inventory method. Very good. And while we are going to calculate this output product or inventory method, our entire economy will be divided into economy will be divided into different sectors, that is agriculture sector, primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector. Very good. In primary sector, agricultural and allied activities. Secondary sector, mining and manufacturing. Whereas in tertiary sector, transport, communication and other services are included. Then we got to know about the two different methods, final good method and value added method. In this, amount we are going to add. But over here, we are going to just add production at each stage. With the help of example, we got to know. Okay. Now you tell me, in our economy till now, whatever the scenario is there of, we got to know we have production, we have income, and we have expenditure. Whatever goods have been for the production of goods and services, when the goods and services have been produced by the firms, okay, that thing, when it has been sold in the market, it receives income. Once it receives income, the firm distribute income to the household, that we got to know. Once the household receives income, they spend, okay, on purchasing whatever goods have been produced by the firm. Okay, they do expenditure, and same expenditure leads to, this is a circular flow. So for this, we have three methods of measuring national income. First one is output method, that is the production method we saw. Now we are going to see this I, income method, and expenditure method. Okay, so let's continue now. I hope that you don't have any doubt till now. This chapter is very important from the examination point of view, and it is having more weightage, that I already told you prior. Income method is of measure. This method of measuring national income is also known as factor cost method. It is also known as factor cost method. Can anyone tell me why it is called as factor cost method? Why it is called as factor cost method? What are the four factors of production? What are the four factors of production? Yes, Joel, correct. Preeti, Niranjan, Joel replied. Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur are our four factors of production. So when the firm pays pay the compensation or the amount, when the firms pay the amount to all this factor of production to the household, it is called as factor cost. In two sector model, we got to know, we studied, right? Land will receive, yes, land will receive rent. Labor will receive, very good, wages. Capital will receive interest. Entrepreneur will earn profit. So what are this? These are the rewards given to the fact while the firms are making use of factors of production. From where do the firm gets factor? From where do the firm gets factor for production process? Who provides factor to the firm? Yes, household is providing factors to the firm. Okay, and what in return firm do? Firm gives payment to the household, that is land, labor, capital, entrepreneur. For this, rent, wage, interest and profit firms gives to the household. So when we add rent, wages, interest for capital and profit of entrepreneur, we are going to use income method to calculate all the income received by the people living in the economy. We are going to use income method. Okay, so this method measuring national income is also known as factor cost method. That is why it is called as factor cost method, because we are considering all the factor cost. Now in the economy we have household. Each and every people who are there in our economy receive some or the other rewards. Yes, so this reward is called as income. This reward is called as income. So when we calculate all the rewards received by each and every household, we can calculate national income. Okay, according to this method, and this method is there from the distribution side. According to this method, the income payment received by all citizens of a country in a particular year, that is income that occur to all factors of production by the way of rent plus wage plus interest plus profit, are all added together, but income received in the form of transfer payment are ignored. Now what is the meaning of transfer payment? Transfer payment is a one-way payment. Transfer payment is a one-way payment of money which is student grant, compensation for unemployment people. Okay, money given to the old age people. Hello. Okay, so I was telling that we have to while calculating the national income, we have to add up all the rent, wage, interest and profit, but income received from transfer payment are ignored. Transfer payment are ignored because this are the money is given to front person, but front person will not give us any goods or services in return. For example, government use such payments as means of income redistribution, given out money under social welfare program such as social security, old age, disability, pension, students grant, unemployment. Money as a pension to the pensioner, money for student who are not able to seek education. When government is providing this money to the people, right? Okay. So moving ahead now, the data pretending to income are obtained from different sources. Now, from where do we get this data, or from where do we get this information? From the income tax return that has been filed, so we get this record from income tax return. I repeat, from the report, books of account, as well as estimated income of small income. Okay. Now next, GNP can be treated, that is gross national product, C, and is used, that means the resident of the nation. While we are calculating gross national product, can be treated as sum is total of factor income earned as a result of undertaking economic activity. Economic activity, that is production, distribution, consumption, and exchange of goods and services. On the part of GNP is calculated as NI, that is NI is equal to national income is equal to rent, wage, interest, profit. Now mixed income. Mixed income people who are self-employed. People who are self-employed. For example, CA, for example, doctor, for example, lawyer, for example, teacher, taking okay. Why it is called as mixed income? Okay, over here as they are self-employed, they create their own capital. Okay, they give their services, they produces their services, here receives profit, gives okay. Till where you understood? Okay, till where you all understood? Is my voice audible now? Is my voice audible? Okay. Again, I repeat myself. In income method, we calculate or we take all the factors of production's reward. Okay. It has been calculated by it has been calculated by manner if my voice is audible. Okay, now this method of measuring national income is known as factor cost. First point. Second point tells us that this income is taken from the distribution side. Why distribution side? Because over here firm distributes income to the for the use of factor of production to the household. Okay, according to the in this method, receive income payment received by all citizens of a country in a particular year are added up. That is income, rent, wage, interest, and profit. We add all of this. Then how do we get the information about this? We get information from income tax return, from the reports, from the books of accounts. Now, what is income tax return? A tax return is a documentation filed with the taxing authority that report income, expenses, and other relevant financial information is been written. Okay, so with the document, whatever documentation are stored or are kept up with the government, based on those how do we calculate the GNP? GNP is calculated by NI, that is national income, is equal to rent given for the usage of land, wages given for the usage of labor, interest for the capital, and profit earned by the entrepreneur. When we add all of this, and mixed income is okay. What mixed income? Why it is called as mixed income? It is called as mixed income because over here the person himself pays for example doctors, for example lawyer, for example CA. Okay, next thing is about the how we will add net income from abroad. Export minus import, whatever the value of goods exported minus value of goods imported. Okay, I hope that it is clear. If you all are if you don't have any doubt till here, write Y in the chat box. Next thing is about what precautions do we need to take while we are calculating or while we are estimating national income by income method. There are total 7. There are total 7 precautions that we need to take. Out of these 7, 5 things we need to ignore. 2 things we need to add calculating national income by income method. Okay. Okay, so first precaution that we need to take is transfer income or transfer payment like scholarship given to the students, gifts, donation, charity, old age pension, unemployment allowances, etc. to be ignored. Why it is ignored? Because when we provide in return, that is why transfer income is just an income that is transferred from one person to another. To front person, a child. Will a child give anything to the return for taking the scholarship?
Teacher, can you repeat that again because your voice is breaking? Nothing is audible clearly.
Ignored while we are calculating. Where I'll get connected. while we are estimating national income by income method, following precautions we need to take. Okay, first precaution is that transfer income or whatever transfer payment that have been recorded, that should be ignored. We should not calculate transfer income or transfer payment. The reason is that when we are providing when the amount or when the income is transferred from one person to another, suppose I am giving some money in terms of gift to front person, for example Anuradha, but Anuradha will not provide me any service and in return. So this kind of transaction should not be included while we are calculating national income by income method. Okay, because it is a one way payment of money, of which no money or goods or services is received in exchange. For example, government providing scholarship, gifts, donation, charity, old age pension, unemployment allowance to people. Okay, first point is clear. Second point is all unpaid services are to be ignored. Unpaid services means what? For example, my mother is housewife. She is providing me services like she is cooking food for me. She is cleaning house, washing vessels, washing clothes. But we are not paying my mother any kind of money for whatever services she is rendering us. Okay, so this is unpaid service. Unpaid service, we are not providing any payment to my mother for providing the as she is providing her services to us. So this unpaid services need to be ignored. Second example, I as a teacher is taking free tuitions for my students. Okay, free tuition, I am giving them education, I am giving them services, but I am not receiving any payment from them. So such kind of services need to be ignored. Okay, second point is clear. Third, first point told us which type of payment we need to ignore, transfer payment we need to ignore. Second point tells us that which services we need to ignore. That services which doesn't receive any kind of payment in return need to be ignored, because over here income ही नहीं है, तो income method में क्या income add करोगे ना. Third point, any income from sale of second hand goods should be ignored. Reason behind, for example, I have purchased a second hand car. Why that money will not be included in income method? Because when the first person, the first owner purchased that car, that money was included in the national income. That is why whenever second hand goods dealing is taking place, that second hand good dealing amount is not mentioned anywhere. Clear? For example, car you can take, house you can take, mobile you can take, whatever second hand product you all are purchasing. If you are second owner, those money are not included while you are calculating national income by income method. Fourth point, income from sale or sale of shares and bond are to be ignored because they do not add anything to the real national income. Real national income means what? To final value of goods and services. They do not add up anything to the real national income. Revenue received by the government through direct taxes should be ignored because direct taxes, best example is income tax. Income tax is the example of direct tax. Over here, why it should be ignored? Because over here only transfer of payment is taking place while we are while we are giving direct taxes. It has been already deducted from the income and given to the government. That is why direct taxes are not being included. Okay, next 2 points are the points that we need to include while we are calculating national income by income method. First one is undistributed profit of a company. Now, what is undistributed profit of a company? Undistributed profit are those earnings of a corporation that have not been paid out to the investors in the form of dividends. So, this undistributed profit of the company, income from government property, profit from public enterprises should be included. Okay, public enterprises example, we can take water supply. Whatever profit have been earned by the water supply department, that all should be included. Means in short, all the profits are to be included in the national income method. Imputed value. Now, what is imputed value? Imputed value is an assumed value. I already told. We assume the value, we assume the amount to an item when the actual value is not available. For example, agricultural production we can take. Over here, we don't get the actual amount because some of the goods and services have been kept for self-consumption. At this particular time, we need to take imputed value of production. Imputed means assumed value of production. Imputed value of production kept for self-consumption are an imputed rent of owner occupied house should be included. For example, I am the owner of this house, but I need to include my rent while I'm estimating the national, while the estimation of national income is taking place by income method. Why? Because I'm staying in this house, I'm doing self consumption, but if I'm giving this house to some XYZ person, that person will pay me the rent. That is why I'm going to include, or I'm going to take the assumed value of rent because I have occupied my own house. Clear up till here? This is a conclusion part. In India, the National Income Committee of the Central Statistic Organization, that is CSO, uses the income method for adding up the income arises from trade, transport, profession, liberal art, public administration, and domestic services. Now, you will see from this particular paragraph that in India, we are using income method to calculate the tertiary activities, the tertiary sector activities. Okay. Now, moving ahead, the next point is about the expenditure method. We have only 10 minutes left. So we will have recap of till what we studied till now.